Hi, and welcome to RetroRide's Rendezvous Plus. This channel will continue to bring you great automotive content and will also feature other things such as jukebox, gas pump, and tool restorations. Today, Larry is attempting to make a couple of wooden rings for his daughters. Let's check out the video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Hi, I hope you like my new spokesmodel. I can't afford a real one, so she's AI. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to make a couple rings for my daughters. I see these being made on YouTube, so I thought I'd give it a shot, so we'll see if it can handle it or not. Here I'm cutting the veneer for a wooden ring. This veneer actually comes from a 1940s Mills Panoram jukebox that I thought would be interesting to try to use that old veneer on it. Here I am sanding off the varnish and trying to get some of the backing off of this veneer so it's a little thinner. Now here's a Mills Panoram jukebox. It's the first video jukebox ever produced. Built around 1940 through 47. It takes dimes, and this is where that veneer came from an original one of these that can no longer be used as far as veneer goes.
There's the name on every song, therefore grandma and the young, what the fuck is all about, they're just trying to find out. Who's Judy? Who's Judy? Someone please hand up the hand, for I'm 60 years old, it's my only answer. Who's
I gave up with the hand sanding and went to the belt sander, and here I'm pointing the tips a little bit so that when it's rolled onto the substrate it will not have big gaps. You'll see what I'm saying shortly, but I did quite a bit of sanding on these on this veneer, trying to get a lot of the backing off because it's a different wood on the back than the front. And here I am boiling the strips of wood. This will soften them up so that I can turn them around a spindle and make a ring out of them. I'm going to use this copper pipe as a spindle to put the veneer around. This veneer is still wet here, and I'll be wrapping around this, and then I'll tape it, and then I'll let it sit overnight so that it'll keep that shape. I'm also going to use the copper tubing as the inside of the ring to give the wood support, so it won't break or easily break anyways. And so here I am cutting a piece off that will eventually be part of the ring. Here I'm truing up the surface of the ring and trying to get off the little intrusion that goes on the inside of the pipe when you cut it with the tubing cutter. And then I'm going to sand and polish the inside before putting the veneer on the outside. Here I am gluing the copper to the mandrel here just because I don't want it to turn in the lathe, and a couple dots of super glue on each side does the job. And here I'm just cleaning up the outside for when I put the wood on, it'll have something to hold to. Now the wood is dry, it's the next day, and I can unwrap it and start making a ring. And here you can see I'm tightly wrapping this around the copper tubing. That'll be the inside of the ring, and taping it. The next step is to squirt a bunch of super glue inside of the layers of veneer to glue them all together and create a hard shell. You should use gloves when you do this. It takes a long time to get super glue off your hands. Here I am sanding the sides of these rings with the belt sander. Just get them to size. And now I'm going to start shaping the ring. Here I've set up my metal lathe to handle this. As you can see, it's a little bit inventive here, but not really what you're supposed to use, but it's working. So I'm just shaping the ring at this point with the file, and I'll do it further with sandpaper. But as you can see, the two different kinds of wood that are on that veneer kind of give it a little bit of a different look. I'd prefer it to be, just the walnut on top and not whatever's underneath it there. But it is what it is at this point, and we're going to carry it through. And here you see I'm making a groove in the middle of the ring. This groove will be filled with the stones and then sanded down later, but you have to have a groove there so you can have something to put the stones in. And here I'm gluing up a spot to put in some glow putter, they call it. I have mixed feelings about using this product because I don't think it really matters much. I'd rather have just the stones probably, so the next time around I probably will not use the glow powder. And now here's the time where we start putting in the red opal into the groove here. And all I did was crush up some, somewhat larger pieces of opal, and so they were small. And now we're just sticking it into the ring groove here with super glue. Once I've got it done all the way around, I'll go ahead and put a bunch of super glue or CA glue on top of it, and then let it harden for a while before I start to shape it. Here I'm starting to shape that stone in the center. It takes a little while to grind the stone off as you would expect, but you need to get it down so it's even with with the wood, and then you can continue to shape the ring if you'd like. I'm using different tools, wood chisel, sandpaper, anything I can do to, get through the stones without pulling them out. Here I'm putting coats of super glue on the outside of the ring to give it some more strength and to fill in any imperfections that are in it. The super glue kind of made a little mess on the inside of the ring, so I'm cleaning the inside again here. Now this is Illuma UV. It's a liquid UV sensitive coating, and initially I took a little dot of it and a piece of 3D filament, printer filament, and quickly glued it on there with a UV light, and then took that string and put it into the can here, or bottle here. I didn't get that on video. This product's pretty thick, and you have to keep dabbing it to make sure that you're not going to have a big drip on the bottom side after it's cured. But you can see it's starting to look like a ring. Since it's UV curing coating and it's sunny out, I thought I'd just cure it outside in the sun, and that worked very well actually. And here it is fully cured, but we have to remove the filament. And it's actually really tough. It's pretty hard to cut this filament off of here. So then back on the lathe, sanding out the spot that's left from gluing on the filament, and sanding the entire ring, starting with 800 and working up to 7,000 on these kind of handy little sanding boards that I found. Once you get to 7,000, then we'll polish it out. And here I am on the buffing wheel, shining it up to its final shine. And we learned a couple things during this ring manufacturing process. One is probably not best to use older veneer because it has a backing on it that's hard to get off, and it causes multiple colors to come through at the end. And wear gloves when you're working with super glue. And here's the final outcome of the first ring, and here's the second ring I made a few days later. I think it came out all right. Well, thanks for watching.